Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. So, the clip that's coming after this one, is gonna show like how Eligio manipulates and how he gets into people's minds. So, there was a young girl, she was supposed to interview Eligio, but he ended up dominating the whole interview, which as an interviewer, you're not supposed to allow somebody to dominate you during the interview, because that way you can't get none of your questions answered, which she didn't. So some things that he did was keep her mind like busy and in confusion. Like as she was thinking about things to say, he would interrupt her and implement the same question in a different way. So that makes her like naturally more vulnerable, maybe more vulnerable than she wanted to be on that interview, because she didn't have time to think about it. She didn't have time to process it like she should had. Um, so it made her like reveal like a lot of her insecurities. Also, he was pinpointing certain bits of her personality. Um, some of the things that she revealed, but she probably don't think that she revealed, was a lot of her insecurities. um, Definitely when she talked about her marriage and how bad of a relationship that was, and like the state of mind that it put her in. Um, a lot of things about her boundaries and standards. You know, by some of the things that she said, like she tried to state that she had boundaries and standards, but she never stated them. That means that she don't really have any. Also, she was defensive with people who was trying to like protect her. That's another sign, like, because by her being like that, he could feel and internalize her as, you know, I know that she's not gonna let nobody talk her out of getting to know me, because she's hard-headed, because she is, and not in the best way. And I'm not judging her, because I definitely been there, done that, but she gotta work on that, or she gonna get played, and she gonna keep getting played. So I want y'all to listen to this interview and really pay attention to some of the techniques that he used. That way nobody can like rush you in a conversation. Like when you conversating with somebody, take as much time as you need to take. Think about things before you say them, and it should be that respect. Um, I know that people do the things that he do like naturally, but it's still like it's still the same psychological game, but it's a difference when somebody is aware of it and somebody when they not. A person that's not aware of it and they have empathy, once you tell them and they open to listen, they will work on trying to change it. But then you have somebody like Eligio, which is a narcissist, which he knows the game that he playing and he knows what he doing. So for the intuitives that want to look at this, you could go watch the video that's on the T page. Y'all, it's an interview that he was doing, but it don't matter. When you look at him, his energy is real easy to read. It really is, like, real easy. It's just that he don't really know how to cover it up. He don't have the patience to, but he reflect away from it. Like, he distracts you so you can't see it. He keep you busy. He keep you on your toes. So that's why it's best to learn to slow down things to your pace and don't let nobody control how much time it takes for you to process something. Because if that woman would have had been still for a moment, like stop and just pay attention and let him talk, it's almost like she didn't want any dead air, so she filled that up. But he was doing that. He was quiet and he was observant, but he was observing very specific things. This would make a narcissist weak, an empath powerful, because an empath could pay attention to things, but we pay attention to vulnerabilities, but our intentions are different. Like, we want to love the person the best way we can. So that's why we want to get to know them, but our intentions are good. He looking for ways to deceive, so he only zooming in on specific things. And you could tell when you look at his energy. So, yeah, go ahead and watch this clip, and I hope you enjoy.
External governments. I feel like we should govern ourselves.
So, but what was your breaking point? I mean, like, really, I know, like, you.
So I had a spiritual awakening. Like me personally, like nothing else made me happy. Everything else was empty to me. The sex, the cars, the clothes, nothing else meant anything to me but knowledge of self. I wanted to find out and get a connection to what I truly was. So, like, for me, I had a yearning for wanting to know the truth about things and like finding the truth and seriously wanting to understand what the fuck this was. Like, how did I get here? Who am I? Like, I don't even understand people and how they just go about their regular lives and never question reality. They never question what are we doing here. They never question what the fuck is this. Like, never look at their hands. Never like, why do we have to chew? Like, little questions come into my mind. Like, what? How the fuck did I get here? Who? What am I? Like, where am I going after this? Like, asking those questions are what led me into finding out what is this shit? Like, it's like a dream. When you're dreaming, you never ask yourself, how did I get here? You just the dream just starts. You're just responding to stimuli, and that's what most people are doing, right? They're not asking, how did I get here? They're they're just living off of stimuli, living off of stimuli, living off. They're just running off of. They're just in the dream. You dream, and when you ask yourself, how the fuck did I get here? That's when you become lucid. And most people are just dreaming, just living their lives, not even asking these questions. And I just think that's weird. I think that's fucking weird that people don't ask those questions and they don't want to know. Period.
You know what's crazy about it too? Like, I noticed that a lot of the people that have so much to say are the people that ain't doing shit. The people that don't do shit, ain't got shit, ain't never gonna be shit, don't know shit. Like, I noticed that. Like, people have so many opinions and just have so much to say, but can't speak, behind what they really believe and can't stand behind their truth, can't speak speak for what they really feel. Instead they just follow the masses. They just go ahead and go with the flow. That's not me. Do you know that this is very true? When I came out with my book, right, I knew I was gonna get.
Hold up. Who is she talking about? The people that report on Eligio? Why does she just assume that they don't have no life? Like, where did she get that from? Why did she come to that conclusion? And, okay, well, I'm gonna listen to her speak. I ain't like that. And I'm seeing. And everything that he said has truth to it, but it's not his truth. For one, he said that he is God, so why do he even have to question why he here in his reality? He said that brings you into being lucid. So if you are God, then why do you even have to ask that question in the first place? And then sometimes he switched to that, he is becoming a God. He's not like everybody is God and stuff. If that's the case, then why do he treat people like they beneath him? So what he say doesn't match what he actually believed because it doesn't match his actions. So, and she talking about people. If she ain't talking about his members, then I don't know who she talking about. Because his members are so oppressed that they can't even have their own thoughts and feelings. They can't even share how they really feel about anything.
A lot of backlash. I knew people was gonna say, "Oh, she wrote a book about her," because the book talks about HIV. It talks about child abuse. It talks about mental. It talks about all of these things. But you know what I said to myself? I said, if it takes me to write this book and have.
And look, he's not even listening to her. He's completely zoned the fuck out. He doesn't even listen to other people. He don't care about their souls. All he is looking for is ways that it could benefit him. And that's it.
Be ridiculed and have to be put out there to look like the book is about me or like I'm the victim, so be it. If it saves a life, if it's gonna save a life, I'm cool with that. I've had so many book signings where women have came up to me and said, you know what, the person you wrote about in that book, that's me. That's me. And that feeling that I got was just, I can't even explain how it felt to know that by me writing something, and telling people, listen, it's okay. It's all right if you've been abused. It's okay if you suffer from mental illness. People just don't understand. Like the type of shit that you say and the stuff that you do really plays and really has an effect on an individual who's already lost, who's already broken. And that's the problem. People don't know how to love, but I realize that you can't take that stuff and be affected by it because it's only really their own issues and they're spewing it on you because of the way that their life is. Like that's crazy how many hurtful people you have, just in this world. It's absolutely pathetic. It's crazy. But at the end of the day, all we can really do is really, 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 really like believe in ourselves and make the impossible possible. That's it.
What's your favorite color?
I like pink. I like black.
You see that? Now she just sat there and shared her soul with him about her book and her experience and stuff like that. And then as soon as she done talking, because he wasn't paying attention, he asking her what's her motherfucking favorite question. And that's not a red flag to her. I would have been like, yo, was you listening to anything that I said? So why you didn't respond to what I said? Mm,
But you know what? Honestly, I like neutral colors. I really wouldn't say that I had like a favorite color. I'm very like plain, very very. I like simplicity. Simplicity is.
So what's your favorite color? Earth tone.
My favorite what?
What's your favorite color?
What?
What's your favorite color?
I don't really have a favorite color. I guess it would be these colors. All these like colors back there, gold and black, and it all depends. I'm like, I really don't have anything where I'm set. Like something people like, oh, I'm set.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is Thanksgiving food. So he wrote a book and things other than what? Yeah, I mean, my favorite food is Thanksgiving food. I love Thanksgiving food. I love soul food. I love to eat. That's like one of my favorite things to do.
What's your type of man?
I don't have a preference. I do not have a preference when it comes to men. I like different. I like weird. I like unique. I like different. It's different. It's nothing like where I say, oh, I like a skinny man, oh, I like a fat man. I love tall men. If I had to choose, I would like a tall, dark skinned guy. Dark skin, I like dark skin. Dark skin is cool. It's like my favorite. If I had to choose, but other than that, I'm more so being, mentally.
What made you get all those tattoos?
What made me get all these tattoos?
How many do you have?
I have 10 tattoos. What made me get these tattoos?
Where are they at? Explain your tattoos.
Okay, you just gonna flip the interview on me, huh? Okay. So I got tattoos.
I can't interview back.
No, I'm not. No, you.
I think the people want to get to know you too. I think the people want to get. I think people want to get to know you too.
No, it's cool. So I got tattoos on. I don't know if you can see it. All on my wrist and stuff.
What do they mean? Like
this right here means standards. It says standards. At one point in time in life, like I said before, it took me a long time to get to where I'm at. I didn't have standards. Let's say I settled for a lot. Until
And she's still doing that because he asked her, what type of man do you like? She said she don't have no preference. To me, that's almost like saying that you don't have no boundaries. Like, what are your standards? What type of man? If you ain't, maybe she sensed that he only looking at her superficially, so she answered in a superficial way. But what type of qualities do a man have to have and for you to like him? What are your standards? You need to set your boundaries with this demon. She looking like prey. I swear. I won't be surprised she become a member. He looking at her like she prey, and she looking like she is prey. She's open. Her energy open and stuff. He see it. He see it. He like, man, if I wanted to get into her head, I can. Oh, mercy. Don't get distracted. She got completely distracted.
Came to the point where I was tired. Tired of dating a certain type of man, tired of being treated a certain type of way. And like I said, it was nothing that the psychologist, it was nothing that, anybody could help me see when it came to me realizing my self-worth. I had to realize that on my own. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, when I got to that point, I said, you know what? I'm going to start having standards. That's it. And everything I do,
yeah, but you didn't say any of your standards, and you didn't place no standards with this fool.
Even if you want to be in my circle, that's it. You gotta have standards.
What's on the side of that? What's on the sides of the standard?
Oh, these are just flowers. Flowers.
Oh. That's your favorite flower? You like roses?
Yeah, they're cool. I got one on the back of my neck. I got tattoos on my lower back.
See, he's not asking her nothing about her personality because he don't care. But him asking like little questions about like what do you like? What type of da. It makes somebody feel like you interested in them. But don't believe them, because if you have a deep conversation with somebody and they don't respond to anything that you said when you speaking from your spirit, they don't care about you for real.
Your favorite flower is a rose?
Yeah, it's a rose. I say, yeah, and I'm a Virgo. Yes, a rose is my favorite flower.
So if somebody was to give you flowers, you would like roses?
I mean, it all depends on who it's coming from. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, let me.
I'm just asking you what your favorite flowers are.
I would say a rose. I'm not into flowers like that. Listen, if it looks good.
I'm just asking questions. Asking questions. You got flowers tatted on you.
I'm simple. If it looks good, I'll take it. If it looks good, I'll take it.
So if a man was going to get you flowers, what would What would you like? What's your favorite flower? You got roses on your chest, so I thought it would be roses.
All right, so it's roses then. Yeah, I like roses. They're beautiful.
All right, so everybody send her roses.
Oh, that's sweet. If they want to, because they might send some dead roses. I
No,
appreciate.
send her. Don't give them that idea.
I don't care about that, but I
Send her some roses, y'all.
thank you. I appreciate that.
He ain't talking about real roses, girl. He talking about digital roses, which don't mean nothing. See? He give her fake roses because he's fake himself.
No, they're not for the dead. I mean, as long as they're alive and if you can enjoy them, you can enjoy them.
Okay, explain your next tattoo.
So I got a tattoo that represents my sisters. I have three sisters. I'm the eldest of four. I'm 40. In case anybody wants to know, I'm 40 years old. Okay. And I have, younger siblings, and that's what my tattoo.
And no children. You have no children.
No, I don't have any children. No, I do not have any children.
So your sister mean a lot to you.
But how do you want me to say? You said what?
You have your sisters mean a lot to you.
Oh my! Let me tell you, my family means a lot to me overall in general. Like my family means a lot to me.
See, he's vetting her. He want to see like how much he could control her. So he asking her now, like, your family means a lot to you, your sisters mean a lot to you. Oh, I'm gonna come back. So he asking her how much her family means to her, because he wants to know, will it be easy for him to pull her away from her family? He don't care nothing about her dreams, aspirations, or goals, because if she did go to him, she would have to give all that up because he is too insecure to have a successful businesswoman near his side. He too insecure. That's why I say, like, you really have to be mentally strong when you talk to somebody like Eligio. Not just mentally strong, but spiritually strong as well, and really know yourself and what you want. And you also have to understand the type of character he is, because you could get caught up. You could get caught up because they look for ways to get into your mind. It's like playing some type of game with them. Like he said, it's like playing chess, which is a strategic game. It's all about strategy. So the more that we expose his strategy, the less effective they will be onto people.
People mean a lot to me. Certain type of people mean a lot to me.
Yeah, you definitely don't look 40. You look like around 20.
You know what the secret is? No stress. No stress. Drink lots of water, exercise, and no daggone stress.
And genetics. And the genetics.
Okay, and yeah, I guess, and genetics too. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for the roses. This is getting awkward. Well, because we're having a conversation that's nice and it's calm. It's getting awkward because you know what? People are so used to toxicity and drama. You're not gonna find no drama from me. You're not gonna find no drama from me. You ain't gonna get it. So if that's what you're looking for, you might as well just go ahead and just click that X.
What's that tattoo on your hand?
Oh, this right here is the dolphin. One of my sisters had the same thing. So when we put our hands together, they're like swimming around each other. The dolphin.
Oh,
and she's actually, I sent you a picture of it. They're all in here. I think my sisters are all in here. And
shout out to your sisters.
Huh?
That's beautiful. Your connection with your sisters is beautiful.
It's very strong. Let me tell you something. For the past few, let me tell you. Oh gosh, my family and I have lost a total of 38 people. Who have passed away. 38 people that we know have passed away in the span of like maybe 15, maybe even 20 years. I just had somebody close pass away a couple of months ago. One of my friends, King Face, passed away. So to me, family, life just in general just means so much to me. I don't take for granted anything. That's why. I'm Muslim. That's why we pray 5 times a day, because I know it could just end just like that. Just like that. And sometimes I try to tell myself, let me not even get all caught up and involved, because I have to understand that I'm dealing with a lot of kafirs. When people don't believe in the same thing as you can't really expect too much from them. And I don't. I don't expect a lot from people who don't have the same belief in me. I got to understand that, you know, they have their belief, I have my own belief. But I always try to make it where we can respect one
What's your
another.
relationship like with your father?
Oh man, I love my dad. My dad is where I get all of my knowledge from. My dad is a two-time Haji. He's been to Mecca twice. Shout out to Pops, Abdul Latif.
Anytime she started to talk about a deeper aspect of herself, he cuts it off, and he just simply want to get to know her triggers and her weakness and stuff like that. That's it. That's all he care about. To come back and use her. I wonder when this happened, because if it happened recently, he could be still working on her. And if her sisters is watching this, please talk to her.
Saeed. Shout out to my pops. I was born in, yes, rest in peace, King Face. I was born and raised, with both of my parents. And they had this.
But she's striking out as a candidate in his head. She got a close relationship with her family. She's seeming like a mama girl, I mean, a daddy girl. She got a close relationship with her dad. These are strikes for him. But he could also take it as a challenge. And you would know, because if he did get her, tear her away from her family, tear her away from her dad, that give him a sense of power, and he would definitely talk about it. He would definitely talk about it the same way that he did with Velvet.
Still some very, strong clock.
Are they still married?
Yes, they are. My mother has been with my father since she was 15. That's the only man she's ever been with in her entire life.
And you were raised Muslim?
I was raised Muslim. You know what happened to me? I was raised Muslim, and when I turned 20, I moved out of my parents' house, and I told my father, because he was strict with Islam. I said, as soon as I move out, I'm going to buy me all the pork I can get. I moved out, got my own place. I bought ham, bacon, sausage, fatback. The next day, I had mad pus bumps all over my face. My father came. My father came to my house. He said, "See, that's what you get. You eat all this damn pork." I got rid of all of the pork, and I said, "You know what? That's it. I'm done." But when you're told, like as a child, you can't have something, it makes you want it even more. You want it even more. So you be like, "Damn, I want." So I finally got out the house, and I bought all the pork I could get, and I had all these bumps. I was like, "I'm done. Like I'm done."
How tall are you?
That was it. I'm 5'6". I'm like, yes, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. That's right. Seek Allah's protection. It's crazy. You gotta seek His protection. And let me ask you, do you believe in jinns? Like a whole different, like, a creature living amongst us. They live a parallel life from us. So do you believe in that? Like when Allah created us, He created another form.
I believe it's the same thing as demons. It's just another way of saying it. This is a different form of saying the same thing.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, like I believe too that people can take jinns can take the form of a human being. Jinns could take on it. Because I believe let me tell you, I think I met a few jinns. Now before y'all even
Girl,
say,
you
don't say I'm
talking
talking
to
to one right
one.
now. Y'all real predictable. I know that shit gonna come up. You talking to one right now. I done met
Because
a
it's the
lot of jinns.
truth.
I met a lot of jinns. And the crazy thing about it is that's all when it comes to makeup and stuff like that. And when it comes to our religion, you're supposed to, wrap up and stuff like that. Because you got to protect yourself. Because jinns will attach themselves to you. And once a jinn gets a hold of you, it's hard to shake them.
Oh
Allahu
my
Akbar, it's
goodness.
hard to shake
She
them.
just described a narcissist, which she is talking to.
Like, it's hard. That's why I don't believe in that.
And he knows
Being
it too.
intimate with just any and everybody. Like, you can't do that. Because once a person have your soul, like, that's it. That's it. The last thing you want to ever do is give a person control over your mind. I've seen people do
Then
something.
why do you vote for Trump?
Trump definitely doesn't have control over my mind. I feel like if Trump had control over my mind, trust me, I'd be out there marching and rallying. And let me tell you, I put the post up. I said what I had to say, and I kept it moving. I'm not going to bat for him. I'm not going to get my ass whooped for him. I'm not going to get cursed out, which I did get cursed out from that post. But I feel like people was just waiting to just have something to say. Like it was people who was following me for years. As soon as I put that post up, they want to pop up out the woodwork and start talking shit. Now I've been posting for a long time.
And that's what she wanted. She knew that was gonna happen. She said that she already feel like people are predictable, and I know that she noticed and aware of people patterns. I feel like she the type of person that she has to go against the grain because it's proven something to her to go against what everybody else is doing. And that makes her an easy target for somebody like Eligio because people are against him for valid reasons, but she don't care about the valid reasons. She just want to touch the stove because it's hot, because she want to do something that everybody else is not doing. I understand that because when I was younger, I was definitely like that. But it gets to a point that you gotta just start paying attention to what actually made fucking sense. You have to pay attention to the red flags. You gotta pay attention to your intuition. You got to pay attention to a lot of things. You have to be aware of it because if you don't, it's gonna fuck you up, and then you're gonna have to learn after it fuck you up.
I mean, people was following me for over 10 years. Okay, 10 years. And I put up a post, and all of a sudden they want to start talking shit. Why? Because people wait for the perfect opportunity to strike. They wait. They ain't got nothing else better to do. They wait
I
until.
mean, it couldn't be because they disagree with your point of view. It might not be that they was waiting on her to make a wrong move. It just they disagree with the move that she made.
Time for them for what they think they're gonna get some words and without getting their asses cursed out. Boy oh boy, did they make that mistake? Let me say, I'm cool. I'm smooth. I'm a very cool person. I love to laugh. I love to joke. I love doing all of that stuff. But when it comes to like, people being bullies, I don't like that. I don't like bullies. I don't like people that bully. I don't like people that gossip. I don't like it. It's absolutely pathetic. It's just pathetic, and you can't win them all. You can't win the hearts of everybody. It's just
Why don't you have a man?
I'm right now. I'm just chilling. I'm just chilling right now. Right now, I was in a marriage before. It was not a good marriage. And now it's just time to just focus on myself now. And before I have any children, I want to make sure that I'm good. And I don't know. Maybe inshallah I'll have them. Maybe I won't. I mean, maybe I won't. Who knows? Allah knows best. Allah is the best of all knowers. That's one thing I don't even think about. I don't even think about that. I think about focusing on my craft, taking care of my family, and helping those who want to be helped. That's it. That's right. That's right. I can talk.
What's your favorite body? What's your favorite body part of the man?
His brain, his heart. That's my favorite body part. His heart.
Talking about what is this? What is your favorite body part on the physical?
The eyes. The eyes. The eyes. The eyes don't lie. It's all in the eyes. And what's so crazy? Like sometimes this is the thing too. And I'm gonna just tell you ladies something very quickly. Because a lot of people say that I'm very nice to men and I'm too nice. But you know what? That's all I know is to be nice. And sometimes you can't give certain people that type of energy and that type, those type of interactions because they take that and they run with it. But for me, I don't have a problem with telling somebody I don't like you. Like this is not what this is not what I'm trying to do with you. I'm just trying to get to know you. I love talking to people. I love picking people's brains. That's what I love to do because you learn a lot. You learn a lot when you sit down and really talk to somebody. You really learn a lot. There's some real crazy people in this world. It's scary. It's so scary how crazy people are. But it's interesting to me because I'm protected. Every day I'm protected. When I wake up, I'm sorry, and make my Fajr prayer, alhamdulillah, I'm protected. So don't worry about that. People be like, oh, you better be careful because that's a demon and they carry. Nah, I seek Allah's protection in everything I do. So if y'all feel like y'all got one up on me, keep trying. It ain't gonna happen. Inshallah, alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
So why don't you? Why don't you have a man again?
Because right now I don't want one.
Why not?
Because I need to focus on me. Let me say, I was in a 7-year marriage. And
you don't want to have children?
Huh?
You don't want to have children?
Maybe one day, inshallah. Maybe one day, inshallah.
You're 40 right now and you're saying one day?
One day, inshallah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like one day, inshallah. Like I said, if Allah wills for that to happen, it'll happen. And if He doesn't, then inshallah, maybe I'll adopt a child that needs a home.
Do you believe that Allah is a He?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Allah Akbar. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Why?
Really do. And you know what's so crazy to me too? Because even when I had like Pharaoh on the show, I was telling you the other day, a lot of people was like, he denounces Islam, this, that, that. With me, you got to understand, when I talk to certain people, the level of respect that we have for one another, it's like we know what and what not to say. That's all a part of being a friend. That's all a part of being respectful, having love. I don't have to go back and forth with him about religion. I don't have to go back and forth. I don't have to do that. We just have an understanding. It is what it is. This is how I feel, and that's it. Respect it. That's it. It's all about respect to me. It's all about respect. And I think that people are assuming because I'm having this conversation, oh, she gullible, she about, and then and like all this, like y'all are crazy. Why can't I just have a conversation?
She right. People are thinking that. Because I'm damn sure thinking it. I'm thinking it, and not just thinking it, but seeing it. She is protected. You do see like a lot of spiritual light around her. So she is protected spiritually, but she's not protected from divine lessons. And she could be touched by negative energy. We all can. We all can. So people who are saying that to her, they care about her well-being and her soul. But she's 40 years old. She says she know how to protect herself. So we're gonna see how it gonna play out. I believe her. She said it.
With this man without y'all thinking, you know what I'm saying? Going on, they flying just all off. Oh, he got you. She's in a train. She'll be there. It's crazy. Ladies, you can have a conversation with a man without it having to be sexual, without having to open your legs, without having to dumb down. You can have an intelligent conversation.
Yeah, but you allowed him to dumb you down. Like why she keep trying to like talking about this? What point? Like what the point she trying to prove? You did let him dumb you down. You was talking about your book and what it was about, which is intriguing, which she should have been able to talk about. But then he started to ask her dumb questions like, what's your favorite color and all this other stuff about the tattoo, distracting her. And she allowed it to happen. And now she's on a rant. I don't know if she's seen a comment or something, or maybe she's just intuitive and she felt that energy of what people thinking about her. But you could tell that she cares because she's been going on about it for a minute, which is okay, but why? I just want to know why. And some of the stuff that was asked and she mentioned, I want to know more about it. Like I'm really intrigued what's in her mind. It just Eligio, he fucking up the vibe because He keep distracting her with superficial, dumbass questions like why you don't have a man and all this other stuff. But I would like for her to answer some of these questions.
You can have an intelligent conversation. Just be nice, be chill, relax.
Nah, when you dealing with people like Eligio, you have to have strong boundaries. You cannot let them stray you from your purpose. You cannot let them deflect you or get you off the course. He has done that more than once in this interview. That's the issue, that's the problem. And now you trying to um cover that up with all this excessive talking, but no.
You don't see what he's doing. Shut the hell. What is he gonna do to me from a computer? Did you not hear me say that I'm protected? Who are you protecting? Who are you really trying to help? They are so concerned about you, Baba G. That's sad. They are so concerned about everything.
How do y'all know she don't want me to do it to her?
You responded to them. Look at his eyes. Look at his eyes. Y'all are so retarded. These people are crazy. So you got any more questions?
Yeah, I got a lot of questions.
Well,
so you said Allah is a man, right?
Yeah, I mean, like honestly.
What about the woman?
Allah is just be. He's just it. He's just it.
So Allah is a he, though. Allah is a he. You said.
And let me say, I believe in that.
I want to.
Okay, I'm back. Man, I want me some baked mac and cheese. I think I'm for to cook some. My daughter, she gonna be so mad that I cook baked mac and cheese and she ain't here. I gotta bring my boo boo some. Alright, let's find this video. No, let's look at the comments real quick. Let's see what people say. So people are saying Musa is delusional, has other children he does nothing for. He wish he was Babaji so bad. Um, why would women come running to coronation men during an apocalypse when they don't build, hunt, garden, or fish? Same thoughts, same thoughts. And y'all know what? 29 is my number. Like, she got 29 likes on this comment. I was born on the 29th. Um, that's why I kind of understand Eligio thinking mindset, his psychology, because I have two other friends born on the 29th, and they very spiritual and psychological as well. So, I want to see what people said to that comment. Exactly, spot on. Okay. Some people agreeing, of course. It's disgusting how these people can disassociate from the children so easily. Whatever work that needs to be done is going to have to be done while I'm raising my children I choose to have. Yep. Maybe this is just a study in deadbeat dads. Okay. Alright, I'm done with reading the comments.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You said Allah is a he, right?
Yes, that is what I said.
Allah is a he, and then who is a she?
I'm a she. Aisha was a she. Radiallahu anha. Aisha was a she. Khadijah was a she. Radiallahu anha. They were all shades. I don't get into the whole religion thing. I don't do that. Because let me tell you, the quickest way to lose a friend is to talk about religion and politics.
But you're religious.
And we don't. I'm not religious. I want to be, inshallah, but I'm not. Come on. Honestly, Islam is about what's in the heart, right? Do I have on a hijab? No. Do I have on lipstick? Yes. Am I wearing piercings? Yes. Do I have tattoos? Yes. Am I talking to a man that's not my husband? Yes. That's haram. That's haram what I'm doing. What I'm doing right now is haram. So I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm self-righteous because I'm not self-righteous. And yes, he is interviewing me. He is interviewing me now. Yes, he is. He's interviewing me. And guess what? I don't mind. It's cool. It's cool. I don't mind. And if y'all feel like he's taking over the interview, that's how you feel.
I'm just asking you questions. People want to know who you are too. I'm just reciprocating them.
No, it's cool. I don't mind. You know.
Yeah, but why did she interview him? Off of what basis? Like, what did she say that she wanted to know? Why did she want to interview him?
Ask questions. I don't mind at all. You can definitely ask me questions. I don't care about that.
Have you ever been in love?
Yes, I have been in love. I think I've been in love quite a couple of times, honestly. Shit, at 40, you do, you know? At 40, I mean, I would hope so.
Do you like being in love?
You know, when I sit back and think about it, I think it was more so infatuation because you know why they weren't right. Now when I think about it, they weren't right. But it felt good for the time being. So if it felt good back then and I don't feel like I really experienced it yet, then it gotta be amazing. It gotta be amazing, right? It's amazing. So my sister laughing. My sister up here laughing. She's like, what the hell? What the? Oh, she covering her eyes. Samia, shout out to Samia. Shout out to Samia. Keep seething. She got mixed emotions. She like men. Y'all are so damn retarded. Seriously, y'all, my other sister laughing. Shout out to Princess Amira. They all laughing. Thank you guys. I try. At 40, I try. But I'm always getting approached by younger guys. All the time. They be poking out their bird chest. I be like, yo, I'm too old for you. They be like, I'm 27. I'm 24. Yeah, I'm too old for you. I could be your mother. Relax. I could be your mother. Calm down. But
so you're not even dating anyone right now.
But see, you know what? I don't even. It ain't even about that. It ain't even about that right now. It's about focusing on me. It's about me right now. It's about what makes me happy. It's about what I want. My sisters are 35, 29, and 22. And I have a brother that's 40.
Are any of them married?
I have one sister that's married. She's 35, no children. None of my sisters have children. They're all over the age of 21. We do not have any children. My parents do not believe in that children before marriage. They don't play that. It ain't gonna happen. And let me tell you, and me being 40, I'm like, all right, okay, you got it, pops, you got it, moms. It ain't gonna happen. Mom just said he's nice. I like him.
Oh, Lord.
Your mom said that?
My mom just said, Lois Saeed. Shout out to my mom's Lois Saeed. He's nice.
No. Oh, my God. She don't know him. Girl, why was you interviewing him? Get back on track. Get back on track. Girl, I don't even know what's the point. Girl, don't let this man in your spirit. Look how he looking at the comments like, y'all motherfuckers just don't know. I'm about to destroy her life. Don't. Like I'm a Jen. That's how he looking.
I like him. All right, mom.
Hello.
40 vibes. Yep, 40 vibes, y'all. But yeah, like let me say, I learned a lot from my mother. Shout out to my moms. Let me tell you something. My mother was diagnosed with a brain tumor in 2015, and if I didn't believe in the power of prayer, then let me tell you something. I believe in the power of prayer. Now, at that moment, all my sister and my father, all my sisters and my father and I, all we had was just prayer. I mean, I could have took a drink, I could have smoked, I could have done anything. And do you know? Well, I'm sure you lost your mom. God bless her. But to see my mother being rolled back into that daggone room to get operated on a brain surgery and not knowing whether or not I was gonna see her again, that that God, I could have just died right then and there. And you know what's so crazy? By the grace of Allah, my father was diagnosed with stomach cancer, pancreatic cancer 2 years ago. My father is a two-time Haji.
Let me show you how sad this is. That she's talking about something very personal, very deep, and he is looking at the comments. He's not even looking at her. He's not even really seeing her spirit, but I just curious of how he's gonna respond after she mentioned this about her mom. Like, is he gonna even acknowledge it?
He's been to Mecca twice. The doctors wanted to operate and take out his pancreas and do the what is it? The Whipple. My father said, "Y'all not cutting me." Every day my pop's been drinking B17 and taking his black seeds. They can't find a cancer. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. They cannot find the cancer. By the grace of Allah. He prayed so much, Chief. Wow. He was in Mecca that they talked about amputating his toes. His toes turned black from him being in sujood, the position of prayer, for so long that his toes turned black. All by the grace of Allah. No medication, nothing, just prayer. Prayer. Du'as. Du'as and salat. Sabah and salat. Patience and prayer. And that's what I live off of. And my father always tell me, don't ever step out of your square. Stay in your square. And he always tell me, when you talk to people, when you learning from people, when you building, eat the fish and spit out the bones. Eat the fish and spit out the bones. And that's what I do. Whether I'm listening to a Pharaoh lecture, talking to him, talking to you, talking to whomever, I eat the fish and I spit out the bones. And that's what everything I do. Yes, prayer works. Prayer works. And I'm so passionate about it. I'm so passionate about it. And like for me, at times, like I said, because at a certain age, you feel away. You don't have kids, you feel away at a certain age because of what society tells you, what the media portrays to you. So, you'll start to feel like, damn, I ain't really worth, marrying. I'm over 40. I don't have kids. I don't have the job I want. And you do start to feel a certain type of way. But I learned that you got to create your own reality. You know what I'm saying? And whatever works for you, it gotta work for you. I can't look at your life. I can't look at her life and say, you know what? I need to be like that. I gotta take what I have and work with it the best of my ability. And I can only stand in my own truth. And my mother always told me, whatever you do, never give up. Keep on going. Keep on pushing. You know, you have to. What else can you do? Because if not, you'll be living for everybody else and be miserable as hell. And I'm not trying to be miserable. I was miserable for a long time because I didn't really see, I really didn't see the light in myself. And it took me a long time. It took me a long time to really realize my worth. And that's a struggle in itself right there. Mental illness is crazy. It's crazy. And I'm not rambling. You can feel like I'm rambling, but I'm saying the things that you probably need to be saying.
People love to hear you talk.
This was a good hold on. I then said, I want to thank Sheba and Nana for holding it down on the other side and packing for us our.
Okay, y'all. So this is Sybil reading a chapter from her book. Now, all of this is in one video. The creator who created this, the T page, um, she put clips together for the purposes of evidence or showing proof that either he said certain things, like she put clips to back up certain things. So, anybody is new here, you should go check that out.
And our snacks and the women's necessities, and that we all knew they would hold us down. He looked at me deeply and nodded, and everyone clapped. I didn't understand until later that he actually had taken the charge for the entire family, and that all of our charges were dropped because he took responsibility for all of us. Even though I didn't get it, but the truth is, none of us ever realized what happened. We thought we just all accepted the plea to leave, but we all saw our mugshots and our faces plastered all over the news. Sex cult goes to jail violating quarantine. When I saw that picture as we were going through the line at the airport off the jail vans, I was in such a shock. Syrian showed it to me and said her mom, Paula, had sent it to her. Syrian said, we were all over the news and Facebook, and the whole world knows. My heart dropped. I remember sitting on the plane, numb. I couldn't believe what I had just experienced. Oh, did I forget to mention that at the airport we were marshaled by like 20 huge marshals with Uzis and bulletproof vests on like we were some real criminals and terrorists. People were recording us and taking pictures of us every single step of the way. I just couldn't wait to be home. So we all ended up back to our rooms, and Natiri came to me and said, I'm going to stay until I get my phone from Hawaii because right now I have nowhere to go. I told her that that was a great idea and that the universe was forcing her to do nothing and just wait. I asked Eligio if Natiri could stay until she gets her phone, and he said sure. He didn't want to make it hard for her to leave. I told her that Eligio said that it was okay and she didn't want to be around anyone. I told her what Eligio said, and then she said she didn't want to be around anyone who felt like she was weak. And that's all that Eligio kept telling her, and that she knows she's dope, and that she wasn't gonna accept Sheba talking to her the way that she did, and she would address her. I told her it was the right thing to do to speak on how she feels with Sheba at the right time. I hugged her and I told
her. The name of the book is How to Get Out of a Cult. It is on Amazon.
It was going to be okay. Her and I were in the car with Solar and Pice, so the ride was awkward, but they said nothing to each other the entire ride. She looked at me and said this was a test and that she was going to ignore it. Woo! Heavy, heavy. So let's talk about this. All right, this was a very, very deep chapter. These last two chapters were pretty deep. You know, just as far as what we experienced and what we went through that last day when we got out, and just realizing that I was in there for something that I had nothing to do with. You know, that was one of the biggest things for me. Like, yo, how am I be in prison because I put a different address from where I was actually staying at the Airbnb in Hawaii, but I had nothing to do with that. I put the address down that we were given by the A team at the, you know, the A team is like all the is True and Musa, and they gave that information to Pisces to write down what the address would be. So we all wrote down the address because that's what we were given. I didn't know Hawaii. I don't know anybody there. I'm only doing what I was told and putting the address that was given to me, which is where we're going to stay. So I'm thinking that's where we're going to stay. Well, there were two houses and we weren't in the house that they had us write down, right? So basically, it was the dumbest reason ever for us to be caught up and in trouble when we had nothing to do with it, right?
And so that was very disheartening. But what ended up happening, and we found out, is that we took the deal, but that because Eligio took the charge for all of us, because he knew that we were all innocent. He knew that we didn't do anything that we weren't supposed to be doing. And also that he was the one who was recording at the beach. And so that's the reason they even found out about any quarantine being broken, because he went live at the beach when he shouldn't have. So pretty much the whole thing was his fault. And he actually took all responsibility for it. He took all the charge for it, and they dropped all the charges on all of our names, and he took all the charge for everyone. And he said that he didn't want any of us to have to deal with that on our records or deal with anything like that because it was his fault. He knew that we had nothing to do with the address we put down. It had nothing to do with him going live. And so he took full responsibility for what had happened in Hawaii. And so, even though we were imprisonated for that amount of time, it's not on our records. It doesn't show like in our names or anything like that. Like if I look it up now, yeah, you can find the mugshot and all that, because it was federal prison in Hawaii. The first couple of days was the holding cell, and then it was the federal. So that part, did happen, but thankfully they dropped everything because he took the charge for all 21 of us. Every single one of us, he took the charge for us. So it was a very, very, very scary moment in our lives. And, I felt like that was the right thing for him to do. And I felt like he did do the right thing. I didn't feel like I needed to have that experience. I wish it wasn't, but it happened. But I turned out, if you will, unscathed, because even the record or whatever of it was not processed. So none of us got the charge, okay, but him. And the bail and all that, we didn't have to pay those fines and all those other things because he took the charge, okay? Now, there were some other things that was spoken about. Yeah, the first time I actually physically met Velvet was amazing. She was so sweet. She was so beautiful. She is. And she was just really loving, and she was really intense and, very intimate, looked you in the eye. As I said, she like kind of grabbed my shoulder as we hugged, and like she squeezed me, so we hugged each other in a beautiful way. So it was an instant connection. And it was just one of those like, yeah, nigga, I fuck with you. Like, I fucks with you, So it was a beautiful moment. What else in those chapters? There was so much. Whew. Yeah, it was intense when Zoko was saying that she wanted to leave and go to her family, because we were in California at that moment, and her family's in California. So she was like, she wants to go, try to heal her skin, try to heal what's going on with her. And so, he told her, well, leave, get the fuck out, get your shit and get the fuck out. So, it's kind of like, reverse psychology. When somebody's telling you, get the fuck out, get your shit and go, you're going to be like, no, whatever. And so obviously everybody's looking at her under pressure, and she folded, but she did make a conscious decision while we were in the jail cell, and she said that she would be going back to her family and not going to Cookie's house, that she did not want to be there. And so it was a deep moment. That was also a good moment for Malia, Tanisha, because she opened up, She was like, I was feeling some type of way about Velvet coming back, because every time she comes back, I get pushed to the side, and, Eligio was treating her already distant with her right before they went in, because he knew she was coming back. So it's like he was preparing her, for the cold shoulder or whatever, for what he was going to be doing. And she was like, you don't belong to anyone, you belong to the mission. She was like, trying to stand up for herself. And it didn't hold any weight at the time, but it was good to hear her speak up and use her voice, like how you see Kayla using her voice now. So I'm glad that I could be a catalyst to her to use her voice. Like, honey, if it's cursing me out, boo, that's gonna make you speak up and talk from your chest and speak your soul. Let me curse me out, boo. Curse me out. What's up? I can handle it. I'm good. Because my soul is here. You feel me? So I see you speaking up. You saying what you want to say. Use me. Use me as a catalyst. I'm good with that, boo. Because you know what this is going to do? This is going to build your strength up. This is going to build your gangster. It's going to build your personality. It's going to allow you to hear your own voice. Because you know you be walking around like a mouse and don't nobody hear your opinion. You never have an opinion. It's always agreeable. Yeah, I think, and I, no, talk. Say what you want to say. Speak up. So if you want to speak to me and that's what y'all you want to buck up, I'm happy to hear it. Okay, boo boo? I love you. There's nothing you can do about the fact that I love you. So how about that? Okay? I applaud you for speaking up for yourself. I'm not going to take it personally. You're doing exactly what I was doing when I was there. You sound like a bot because you're saying what you're supposed to say. You're saying what you're trained to say. You're saying what you're programmed to say. I was doing the same thing. I get it. Yeah. So guess what? Speak up though, baby girl. Let that chest out. What? I'm fucking with you with that. I'm feeling that. Holla at your girl. Cheer. Efferoo. What's up? What's up? Like I was like, okay, foo foo. Let me give you some more. Let me see some more. I want some more of that. Because you know what? It's gonna build your confidence. And it's gonna build your strength. If that's what it's gonna take for you to speak up, curse me out. Go ahead. Let it out. Rip. Let it rip. Okay? Let it do what it do. I fucks with it. At least you're being real. And you're getting to taste what your realness is like. Do more of that. Speak up. Speak from your chest. Open your mouth. Say what you feel. I hope you speak up when you see niggas getting their ass beat. I hope these sisters that you love and that you care for, when they getting knocked the fuck out and doors and walls getting smashed in, that you speak up and say, hey, you know what? I think we can handle this a different way. I think it's no more beating. I think we should stop doing violence. I think we should practice another way. I think we should try something different. I hope you speak up then, because that's when you're going to need it. I hope you're not okay when you're watching your sister get choked out and beat down. Okay? That's what you're building this strength for. You don't even realize what spirit is doing with you right now. But I'm happy to see it. I'm happy to see it. And ain't nobody talking about negative about nobody. I'm only speaking what happened. How you keep saying people talking negative about we're only explaining what we experienced. Azia was on here telling the truth about what she experienced. So what are you mad about? The fact that she can speak on it? Or shouldn't you be mad if she could be speaking on that at all? Because when you hear it back to you, you have to acknowledge how fucked up it sounds. So does that make you feel bad? Does that make you recognize like, damn, that was really fucked up what happened? Damn, we should probably like chill out on the, maybe we should try a different way. Maybe things should be done differently. Maybe we should rock a different kind of way so people could stop being able to attack us and think that we're in danger and that we're in this and this and that. You know damn well one wrong word out your mouth and you're going to get popped. That's not how you live, baby girl. That's not real life. That's not what the real world is. That is Babylon. That is what you call Babylon. When somebody else is running.
So they showing the pictures while this is going on of them having this new face tattoo. So Eligio, he likes to brand his members. Um, so they have his name tattoo on their booty. Now he made them get a face tattoo that say love on it. Aya and Efferu looks like they can't believe now they have to deal with a face tattoo. Especially Aya. Aya didn't like that.
passed, my little sister passed, there's things that, you can relate to in people and understand that certain sort of pain. And so, I just support you and I applaud you. And
Alright, y'all, I'm through. This thing about to hit 60 minutes again. So thank you for tuning in. And if anything else come up, maybe I'll watch it. But I do think I'm gonna take like just a little bit of break of at least a few hours from carbonation. So